they just don't give up out there. You keep waiting here, you know, for the race to kind of.
Mark, right now, here's what Mark's going to do. He's going to go in and come right behind that 21 car and get him loose because he's mad at him. He's saying, man, I was all the way up beside you, let me go. And that's what Mark's going to do. He's going to get him loose from behind him.
The 21 car looked a little loose right there in that last picture anyway. Here's Mark pulling back up in behind him again. Shepard line 7th, Mark Martin 8th. Here in the Coca Cola 600 live on TBS. And back up in front, it's building for another 3-car battle for the lead. Schrader, Rudd, Marlin, and let's not forget Labonte, Bobby Labonte. 60 laps, 390 miles are complete with Schrader out in front, Marlin in second, Bobby Labonte third, Rudd, Terry Labonte, Dale Earnhardt back there in 6th, and just behind them have Mark Martin 7th, Strickland, Shepard, Michael Waltrip, Ricky Craven 11th, Lake Speed 12th, Bobby Hamilton in 13th, 14th is Presley, 15th is Bass. Those are the cars in the lead lap as we get up toward the 400-mile mark of this 36th annual Coca Cola 600. Let's go to Steve Burns.
Again, I'm with Gary Dehart, Terry Labonte's crew chief. Terry really seems fast on this set of tires, Gary.
I'll tell you what, right now, he said the car was perfect. We were fighting a little bit loose earlier, but I think the track's coming to us. It's cooling off a little bit. We're getting a little bit tighter. I think we're going to have a good day if we can stay out of trouble. Not have any trouble.
Thank you, Gary.
That's the story on Terry Labonte, who's right back in it again.
The other Labonte right now is getting ready to challenge for the lead. It looked like Bobby was starting to chase Kenny Schrader down. Bobby's second. He's right on Schrader's bumper.
Bobby seen Terry coming, figured he better take off, right?
I think he heard his interview. You know, everybody's got them satellite dishes in the pits.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're listening to us. If anybody's listening to us, go ahead and wave.
Oh, great. That's terrific.
Nobody waved.
Let's go to Dick Berggren.
Well, here's the strategy in Dale Earnhardt's pit. Richard Childress just sent one of his crew members down to the NASCAR truck to take a look at the weather radar. And what he saw was it looks good right here in Charlotte, but the skies to the west are threatening. We are beyond halfway. That would be the end of it if we got some rain here. The other thing they are concerned about is their pit stops. They have 2 new men on the crew tonight. Gerald Haley is carrying in place of John Malloy. Malloy suffering from a broken arm. David Smith replaced by Mike Moore. And after every single pit stop, Andy Petrie gathers the boy round, and they all take a look at a replay of the pit stops.
Shin is on the speedway. Yellow is out. Todd Bodine showing a lot of smoke as he came down out of turn number 4.
I don't know if he blew it up or where he's going to hit something else again.
Number 7.
Yeah. It looked like this might be some blowed up stuff.
This one looks like blowed up stuff.
Caution number 7, guys.
Terminal, right?
Terminal.
Yeah. When you've been having a day like that,
yeah,
it's better to be terminal.
Yeah, a lot of times it is.
Yeah.
Well, Schrader's led 100 laps so far. He's having a good day. 3 of these 7 cautions have, 3 of them have involved incidents with Todd Bodine.
I tell you, we all wondered what anybody was going to do with Jeff Gordon. We didn't really think about what anybody was going to do with Ken Schrader.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody even knew that Kenny was going to run this good. I don't even know if Kenny knew it. So it was a surprise for everybody.
Ken Schrader staying out in front. We started to say earlier in '84 he came to Winston Cup racing. He'd been in the sprints, he'd been in the midgets, he'd been in those Silver Crown cars. He said he wasn't worried at all about these stock cars because I don't have any more bones to break.
I tell you, when Kenny Schrader came to North Carolina and was doing a lot of racing, I was actually working at a shop that we did some work for Kenny Schrader. And actually right before Daytona when he won the 125, I went over and helped him load one of the trucks up that he was going down to do it with, and he gave me like 25 bucks, man. It was like I could eat for a week.
Great story, Ernie Irvin. All right, all the leaders are in. Let's go to Randy.
Well, Ken Howes and the crew go to work on the Budweiser number 25 of Kenny Schrader. They're only about halfway on that fuel stop, so 1 can of gas. They won't be waiting on fuel for this one. The jack goes up, the left side tire's coming off. A little bit slower on the left front for Schrader. There they go, still going to work. These, quick on the left rear. Dick. They've also called for only 1 can of fuel on Dale Earnhardt's car. A good stop for Earnhardt. 18.5 seconds. Less than 1 full can of fuel did that.
Lap 266 is where we're at. We're going to take a quick break and then be back. 134 laps remain in the Coca Cola 600.
And we're back at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, still under caution after Todd Bodine grenaded a motor a few laps back and oiled down part of the main straightaway. Cars making pit stops right now. A couple of pit stop updates. The 30 car, Michael Waltrip, who was so strong several laps ago, well, they're still trying to fix a broken shifter in that car. Ricky Rudd, who's run up front for much of the last 150 laps or so, just a routine pit stop. Tires and fuel, he's back out on the racetrack. So a lot of these drivers looking to gear up for the next 100 miles or so, try to get back into contention. Everybody trying to track down Kenny Schrader. Will be ready to go back to green flag racing here in just a couple of moments at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're in the third quarter, you might say, of this one. It'll all depend on who's got the strongest automobile and the best strategy for the fourth quarter, Ken Squire.
Well, the lights are on around the speedway, and it's beginning to really make a dramatic difference in how these cars look. But there's another story here, Ernie, that ought to be addressed, and that is Earnhardt time after time has taken that #1 pit. He seems to always have an advantage, and it's not true here at Charlotte.
No, it's not. You know, right now the extension on pit road is probably 25 yards or 50 yards, actually maybe 50 or 75 yards further down, and
where that Dale is standing.
Yeah, Dale has to actually go quite a ways away from his pit, so it makes it fair for everybody.
And he's getting beat out of the pits.
I mean, he's having real good pit stops, but he has to go that extra distance, and you know, the other cars are able to go their other speed. He's having to speed up too.
And the point, Richard, is that before he just tripped over the line.
Before he was sitting right like 2 foot from the line, he just dropped the clutch, and he beat everybody else, even though they was coming down at him. But he got that line first. Here, he's going to have to go to second gear before he gets to that line. When those people have got the momentum, then he's got to get his momentum built up. So it just makes it more even than what it was before.
Now, are they going to do that on other tracks as well?
I don't know what. That's the first time I noticed it here, but I think they've been doing it here before anyway.
I think it's been here before. Yeah. You know, it's just a deal that this racetrack is big enough and you can do it. And I know Richard Childers and them is probably watching us on TV, and they're going to be on my butt. Because every time I mention something about the champion being able to get the last pick or the first pick, they always get on me about this. So.
But Larry McReynolds will be thrilled with the job you're doing.
You know, we already told NASCAR, if we win the championship, they can make it where we have to qualify to get our pit. And that's, you know, we can say that now, so. We get ready to go green, it looks like.
They got the light on.
Yeah, they forgot to turn Elmo.
Got to turn the light out. The blinker there, didn't it?
270. Light is still on the pace car. We've never seen that one before. Sterling Marlin, Bobby Labonte,
I didn't think it was going to start.
Schrader, Rudd, Terry Labonte, Hut Strickland, Mark Martin, Bobby Hamilton, and Ricky Craven make up the top 10 as we're back underway.
And we'll turn the light off now.
It was 2/3 of the way down the road.
Well, they're already race cars up the backstretch.
All the people must have knew that there was one to go. We obviously we can't see the flag.
Nobody.
But Sterling Marlin and the Kodak Film Chevrolets leading them by. Bobby Labonte, Dale Earnhardt, Dick Trickle a lap down, Derek Cope a lap down, or 2 laps down, then Kenny Schrader.
Let's see if Schrader can wind himself back up into this lead.
I tell you, I mean, you know, his car is obviously strong enough, and I'd have to say him and Ricky Rudd are going to venture to the lead here in a little while. 103
laps, 104 laps were his. Great performance by Schrader thus far. But it's Sterling Marlin, the winner at Daytona for the last 2 years, now with the advantage. Bobby Labonte going to the inside, takes a look. Earnhardt right there with him. Dick Trickle is back in 16th position. 1 lap down from those leaders. 15 cars in the lead lap. Robert Presley is 15th. 14th is Maz. 13th is Lake Speed. 12th at the point is Michael Waltrip at the point of 272 laps on the record book. Morgan Shepherd 11th and Craven up there in 10th.
Still just digging right along there, guys.
Everybody's real racy right now, and they've been real racy all day.
Well, they run along and run. It looks like everybody stays like 2 or 3 car lengths behind somebody, and all of a sudden it's just a little bit of a bobble, and then here comes 2 cars by him. And so
it's a lot like Daytona and Talladega. The draft is playing such a big effect.
Schrader in 4th. But right there with him in 5th. Terry Labonte 6th. And drops onto the inside of Dick Trickle. Jimmy Hensley in the 17 is running in 17th position.
Hensley still has, they're suffering from that one lap down that they got on. Not for the driver change, but Darrell wasn't quite up to speed at the beginning of the race.
And sandwiched in there is Hut Strickland. You see the 26 car coming back around to make a run. Pulls up to help Trickle and see if he can. Trickle was in the wall the other day in practice. Tore that car up pretty severely. Wouldn't know it now.
I don't think it's the same car. I think they had to go to a backup car because I think he had to start in the back of the field.
Did they pull him back? John Andretti certainly did. He took the back end off his car in the Thursday practice period. Thursday, 3 cars were torn up in practice.
And right there when Dick Trickle got so close to Hut Strickland coming off that corner, I mean, I'd have to say Hut had to lift, and obviously that cost him passing him. We're on board with Mark Martin right now. You know, Mark's one of the guys I told everybody that I think he would be good during the day, and he's just been competitive. He hasn't been a dominant car.
And as you sit in the passenger seat, you're riding in 8th position. Yep, 3-1.
Yep.
And you're getting up to what, 180, 85 right in here?
Yeah, somewhere.
Every bit of that.
Yeah. Especially now with the new pavement. I haven't actually run on this racetrack since they repaved it. These tracks will all be slowed down a little bit for when I come back.
Yeah, sure.